Hello everyone, welcome to this BizMates Words and Phrases video series, and today's idiom is behind the 8 ball. Do you play billiards or pool? You know, where you go bing and then you hit all those balls? You know the game 8 ball? The objective of the game is to sink that ball with the 8, the black ball with the 8 into the pocket. Whoever sinks that at the end is the winner? Yeah. Well, it comes from that game. This idiom comes from that game. Okay, well, what does it mean? We will find out. Okay, but first, let's do our review test. So I'm expressing my opinion. I say, I think the yen is going to get stronger. And you don't say, I'm wrong. You don't say, you're wrong, Hika. You say, okay, you've got 5 seconds. Go. There you go. I beg to differ. I disagree, right? I hope you got that. Okay, let's go on to today's idiom, behind the 8 ball. Okay, so here's what I sometimes hear. So, you know, I'm talking to Taro, my colleague, and I say to Taro, Taro, I heard you lost a big contract. That's terrible. And Taro says, it's a big problem. I need to do something. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, it's a big problem. I need to do something. But just to bring up your English level, because problem is such a simple word, okay, you could use this idiom. So if I say, Taro, I heard you lost a big contract. That's terrible. And he says, I'm behind the 8 ball. I need to do something. Very nice, very natural. I'm behind the 8 ball. So, you know, I explained the 8 ball game where you try to sink that black 8 ball at the end and you win the game. Well, imagine a big, huge ball, the 8 ball, and you're standing behind that ball. And everyone wants to hit that ball into the pocket. It's not a good place to be, right? You don't want to be behind that 8 ball because everyone's trying to hit it. So that's what it means. It means you're in trouble. You're in a difficult situation. Okay? Behind the 8 ball. Okay, let's look at pronunciation. It's I'm behind the 8 ball. You don't need to say 8 ball, but I'm behind the 8 ball. I need to do something. You try. Good, okay, with my sentence, I heard you lost a big contract. Well, don't worry, I can support you. Okay, perfect. All right, so for homework, next time I will say, next time, tell me a time you were behind the 8 ball. Okay, so a time when you were in a difficult situation. You know, it was a big problem for you. Maybe you forgot your wife's birthday. Okay, you forgot about your wife's birthday and she's really angry. Or you came home the next morning because you were out drinking with your friends. Or you had an appointment with a very important client, but you were late. You know, whatever. Okay, tell me about that time in the next lesson. Okay, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Hi everyone, thanks for watching the video. If you want to see more videos, check out Justin's videos for beginners and the other videos on our channel.
And don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Give us a like and leave us some comments.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you.